Please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up. Thank you for watching. The history of Central Washington, particularly in terms of its prehistoric societies, is fascinating and complex. This region, now part of the United States, has a rich indigenous history that dates back thousands of years. Paleo-Indian period before 8000 BCE. The earliest known inhabitants of Central Washington were part of the Paleo-Indian period. These people were primarily nomadic hunters and gatherers. They likely hunted large game such as mammoths and bison, which roamed the area at the time. Their tools, especially stone spear points, are distinct and highly valued for their archaeological significance. Archaic period 8000 to 1000 BCE. Following the Paleo-Indian period was the Archaic period. During this era, the climate began to warm, leading to changes in the types of animals and plants available. People adapted by diversifying their diet and technology. They started to gather a wider range of plant foods and hunted smaller game. This period also saw the development of new tool technologies, including ground stone tools. Plateau culture 1000 BCE 1700s AD. The Plateau culture, named after the Columbia Plateau region, emerged around 1000 BCE. This culture was characterized by semi-sedentary societies that relied heavily on fishing, especially salmon, which was abundant in the Columbia River. They also gathered roots like camas and hunted game. The Plateau people lived in pit houses and were known for their basketry and other crafts. Contact with Europeans 1700s AD. The first known contact between the indigenous peoples of Central Washington and Europeans occurred in the 1700s. This contact brought significant changes, including the introduction of horses, which revolutionized transportation and hunting practices. However, it also led to the spread of diseases to which the indigenous people had no immunity, causing significant population declines. Modern era. In the modern era, the descendants of these prehistoric societies continue to live in Central Washington, maintaining their cultural heritage and traditions. They are part of several recognized tribes, including the Yakima, Nez Perce, and others, each with their own rich histories and cultural practices. Throughout its history, Central Washington has been a region of cultural richness and diversity, with its prehistoric societies laying the foundations for the contemporary indigenous communities that exist today. During the last ice age, Central Washington experienced significant geological transformations due to the movement of massive glaciers. This period, known as the Pleistocene epoch, lasted from about 2.6 million years ago to about 11,700 years ago. The most remarkable evidence of glacial activity in Central Washington can be seen in the following features. Missoula floods and the channeled scablands. Perhaps the most dramatic evidence of glacial activity in Central Washington is found in the channeled scablands. This unique landscape was created by a series of catastrophic floods known as the Missoula floods, which occurred at the end of the last ice age. These floods were the result of periodic breakages of the ice dam of the glacial Lake Missoula, releasing vast amounts of water across the region. The floods carved out deep coulees, left behind huge boulders, erratics, and created the dramatic basalt columns and potholes that characterize the scablands. Glacial carving of valleys. The movement of glaciers during the Ice Age also directly shaped the landscape of Central Washington. As these massive ice sheets moved, they carved out valleys and basins. This glacial carving is evident in the shape of many valleys in the region, which often have a distinctive U-shape, a hallmark of glacial activity. Formation of glacial lakes. As the glaciers retreated, they often left behind depressions that filled with water, forming glacial lakes. Some of the existing lakes in Central Washington are remnants of these ancient glacial lakes. These lakes are important geological features and play a crucial role in the region's ecology. Rich sedimentary deposits. The glaciers also left behind rich deposits of sediment and soil. These deposits are an important part of the agricultural richness of Central Washington today, as they contribute to the fertile soils that support a variety of crops, including the region's famous apples. Geological studies and Ice Age trails. The geological history of Central Washington during the Ice Age is a significant area of study. The Ice Age Floods National Geologic Trail, for instance, provides a way for visitors to explore and understand the immense scale and impact of the glacial floods that once swept through the region. The Ice Age left an indelible mark on the landscape of Central Washington, creating unique geological features that tell the story of the Earth's climatic and environmental changes over millions of years. Central Washington, renowned for its excellent hiking and biking trails, offers a serene and reflective environment. The tranquility of the region allows for contemplation and appreciation of its rich natural history. Imagine standing in a place where, many years ago, a river flowed and glaciers sculpted the valleys around you. This landscape, shaped by ancient geological forces, stands in stark contrast to the lush, rain-soaked terrain of western Washington. Besides arid climate, coupled with its expansive views and unique topography, makes it a distinct and memorable destination for outdoor enthusiasts and nature lovers. Please leave a comment. Infinite solutions, an endless number of ways to solve problems.